Hi, I'm Danae, and I'm obsessed with pickleball. But apparently, so is America. As the country's fastest growing sport, now having celebrities and events like Major League Pickleball hitting the scene, this sport is without a doubt making a wave. In my last poll, I found that only 25% of players actually have access to high-level coaching, which leaves the majority of us, about 70%, having to learn new skills from either YouTube or players in our local communities. So I'm on a mission to bring you some of the best high-level players, touring pros, or local legends, and having them teach you their favorite pickleball tips, skills, and drills that will help you advance to the next level. So make sure you guys hit like and subscribe so you can follow along my journey. And without further ado, let's get into it. Today I have with us Edward Perez, who's a local to Orlando and also a pro. His duper for doubles is 5.71 and 5.8 for singles. I think he's a fantastic player and honestly really deadly from the kitchen line. His speed ups are really accurate, they're in great spots, and he's super deceptive. So I'm really excited to have him on, and let's see what he has for you guys today. What's up, you guys? It's Danae with All Things Pickleball, and I'm here with Edward Perez from Team Dink Star. And today, for Learning from the Locals, we are going to show you guys a shot, kind of.
Oh yeah, my name is Edward Perez. It's lovely to be here. So today, I'm going to be teaching you what to do when you're taking a ball out of the air, what type of footwork you should be doing, how low you should be getting, and also, when you're not dinking, if you want to speed it up a little bit, where to place it.
All right, well, let's roll.
Alrighty, everybody. So, first things first, we're going to talk about positioning on the court. So specifically here at the kitchen line. I don't want you really to be too much more in the middle. Think middle and then take maybe a step to your right, okay? If you're dinking with the person in front of you and you're focused on trying to take it out of the air or just dinking in general, you want to try to cover that line a little bit more. You can let your partner's forehand take over a little bit on that side. So the positioning that I'm going to be speaking about, when you're wanting to take something out of the air, first and foremost, you got to get low, okay? If you're bending your back too much, what tends to happen is you lose the tension here in your arm and you start doing too much back, and all of a sudden now you're doing this kind of weird motion. It's not going to work. You start losing your control out of it. If we're dinking, okay, and I'm bending my back, you see how I lose all that tension? I'm not really able to get the shot I want. However, if I get my knees low, okay, I'm able to really get under the ball. If I can take it out of the air, I can. If I don't, then I'll let it bounce and I'll keep that paddle really in front of me. So that's the first key, is you really want to be low. Really utilize those legs. Sometimes be up on that heel when you can, get that butt out, right? Just like we talked about, you want to stay low, okay? I want that paddle out in front. I don't want it too low, I don't want it too high. I want it almost in line with that stomach area, okay? Really have that paddle extended out. So when you're going to dink, again, like I said, you don't want to be using that back too much, okay? You're straight here, getting low, and really catching it out of the air. Give yourself a purpose with it, okay? There's two ways that you can really take a ball out of the air. You either want to be more conservative and a little bit more balanced and dink it back, or you want to be able to speed it up. Now, when you're dinking it back, necessarily, you don't really want to be hitting a dead dink. When you're hitting a dead dink, what starts to happen is, yeah, you might take it out of the air, but your opponent might be able to speed something up at you. And all of a sudden, you're in a very vulnerable position because you're still low, and if you hit it high, it's going to be almost like a jerking motion. So you want to be a little bit more, you want to try to dink it with a purpose, take it out of the air with a purpose. So give yourself always a target in your head when you're taking it out of the air. Maybe move your opponent around a little bit more. Try to focus on really forcing them to move a lot more, because the end result is that what you want to do is you want to get an easy ball to be able to attack and put it at them. Now, the next thing I want to speak on is the positioning of where you're trying to hit the ball, okay? If I have a ball here at my forehand when I'm taking it out of the air, okay, I got three options in my head if I'm trying to be aggressive. I'm either going to roll it cross court, okay, or I'm speeding it up at the person's left shoulder down the line, or I might try to chicken wing them, get a little bit more off-pace ball right here towards their right shoulder, okay? So how it's going to be looking is I'm here, I'm moving my opponent around, I'm waiting for the right ball, and then I go out them, and then I speed it up. Now, the one thing as well that I really would like to talk about is When you're doing a speed up, don't think about the speed up as an automatic winner. Don't think of it as a guaranteed winner. You really don't want to be forcing your hand and trying to hit it 100 miles an hour. The reason why, sometimes your opponent might let that ball go, you might just throw it out, you might hit the ball into the net. You're going to be a little bit more uncontrolled. Think about your speed up as a way to essentially set up your next shot. If you speed it up, almost not, I'm not going to say off pace, but speed it up at maybe 50, 60%, you're still trying to put pressure on your opponent. If you chicken wing them and you're going more for placement, that ball ricochets high, now you have a much easier ball here at the net.
All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Make sure that you go follow Edward on Instagram. What's your Instagram?
It is Perez_Edward.
Perez_Edward, and make sure that you check out the next video on learning from the locals. I'll see you guys in the next one. Like and subscribe. We'll see you later.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Make sure you check the description below for any discounts, and don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.